and that are upcoming. So first of all, before we get started and go deep into that musicality, could you tell us, when and how and why did it all start for you? When did this b-boy game all start for you?
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, bro. I really need to know because I don't know. Like, to be honest, I really want to know how it all started for you, bro.
Man, I think it started about the age of 4. Like, real talk. My dad used to actually record like alpha betas, and he recorded Beat Street. We had breaking, we had that and everything, and shout outs to the movie Breaking and everything. Beat Street was probably the movie that set like the tone for it at the age of 4. From seeing that, seeing Michael Jackson, seeing like numerous other dancers, you know what I'm saying? But Michael Jackson being one of the ones that really stuck for me. And this movie, like, got me into dancing. A lot of people don't talk about this guy, but the whole MC Hammer stage, everything of New Jack Swing, which was, I'm a 90 kid. I was born in the 80s, but, music influenced me around the 90s where you start really understanding it. Like when I got like around like 9 years old. But I would say for me, like dancing was always something that I loved doing. That was like one of the biggest things. So, and I saw breaking, oh man, I want to say like 93, live, like in my face.
How old were you then?
Oh man, yeah.
What's 93? Like, how old are you?
Like 11, 12, something like that. Maybe like 12 years old.
And that's when you came into contact with like real actual breaking.
Yeah, I seen it. And I remember the two guys. I always speak about these two guys because, like, I don't like how I can say hip hop has its pioneers, but so does the neighborhoods that you grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these were two guys from my neighborhood, Del Paso Heights and Sacramento, that stuck out as individuals. And that was a guy by the name of B-Boy Ricky and B-Boy Doa and everything. B-Boy Doa was Hmong, and B-Boy Ricky was the first black guy that ever seen break. And they were in my junior high. And I mean, they would break every morning, during break time, during lunchtime. Like, there was always a cypher being done.
They were hardcore b-boys. That was all right. That was.
So, like, being real with you, like, the very first day of school that I got to start going there, right? Martin Luther King. I thought it was a fight. So everybody ran towards the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't a fight. It was a battle. Everybody, like, from that, like, community of hip hop, which was just going on, those kids showed up ready to see Ricky battle Doa that morning and everything. So I get to the front and I see them two going at it, and they doing windmills and flares at this time, like running flares, all this stuff and everything. And I'm like, yo, almost like that KRS One moment when he finally went to the club they talk about, and he was like, yo, I'm at home, I'm home. And like, that was like that kind of feeling where I was like, yo, I'm here, I don't think I'm never leaving. Like, and so I was, just watching that all day at that day at school. But when I went home, I was telling my brothers and sisters about it, like, yo, so these dudes doing this, I'm gonna try to do this. Obviously I couldn't do it at the time, so I'm attempting stuff, and they're like, I don't think you should really try it. I don't really think you should try this. You know what I'm saying? But I stuck with it, man. I kept sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? And I bounced. I won't say I bounced in and out of it. I did other things, like I played basketball, I played football. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball. I was always like athletic, but this was edgy. Like, all my brothers and us was like very competitive as in sports when we were younger.
Yeah.
Going to the courts or playing football against each other, who could hit each other the hardest, so we could run the fastest, or
Testosterone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the household of us, and that was the activity. Was oh wait, when we play basketball tomorrow, like I'm gonna bust you for like 21. You ain't even gonna score. Like watch, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of competition.
Battle mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. And
When I saw breaking and that live, I was like, yo, I'm on this, man. Like I'm gonna try this, bro. And for some reason, I knew that my brothers was not gonna go that route. So I already upped them. I was like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I got something.
I got something I can stick to.
Over the time, I would say, you know, I met some mentors that put me on the hip hop. My brother always put me on the hip hop. My oldest brother, you know what I'm saying? He always had put me on the hip hop, but I started digging in further into other things, you know what I'm saying, about hip hop and poetry and different things like that. You know, I started to pick up on. I would say my first element was breaking, but my second element was rapping, you know, and everything like that. And that's what's gonna pull this into this musicality thing.
I like that. I like where this is going already. All right.
So, I think it was around like about 14, 15. You know, I started seeing my cousins. I went back to the Midwest, you know, and we started hanging out in the basement. You know, we would listen to music and everything and be, you know, trying to rhyme over the other stuff in the room. But that kind of got into like, yo, let's start writing. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. You know, and I kind of like went on with it for a few years after that. You know, like from like 14, 15, still was breaking, still was dancing. In the Midwest at that time, it was about popping. So, you know, being from California at the time, and I just have to jump to this real quick, but being from California at that time, still learning breaking, popping was around. Like hearing electric music and, you know, who am I talking about? World Class Wrecking Crew and all that. The techno era was in the 90s in California at that time. You know what I'm saying? So all that music of like Bambaataa, all that, like the Planet Rock and all that stuff was banging. Like
that was banging.
It was getting played at the school jams. That's what we was breaking to. And I'm talking about dancing all day. You know what I'm saying? Like in the lunchroom and all that. The dances and you know what I'm saying? Or like somebody's yard and they're having a party or your homeboy having a quinceañera. You know what I'm saying? It's up the street and you go dance at it. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be battles there, but this was the music that was being played. So popping was always around us. So in the Midwest, you know, it was like they had like Genuine was popping at that time, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, you know what I'm saying? Which a lot of people don't know, or maybe they do know, but Genuine was a popper and he was a b-boy. You know what I'm saying? So he was around that breaking stuff too, out there in I think Virginia and all that stuff. So it was popping over there with that, you know. And then so that's what we was really doing in the Midwest when I wasn't writing, I was popping or waving. I was doing waves and glides and trying to do stuff like that.
I would love to see you do like one like round, like not right now, but like you know, I would actually love to see you pop it up and kill that beat.
Check my Instagram, bro. Like,
I will. I check your Instagram, bro.
Man, okay, and I talk about this, and this is like one of the things I talk about on my Instagram about, like, I come from that era, like, if it was popping, we were doing it. Like, I was kind of like that kid. If it was fresh, I was doing it. It wasn't like it was a gimmick dance or anything like that, but if it was a dance that was out, like, yeah, I'm going to challenge myself to try to learn it or try to get something behind it or some kind of recollection of it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what was, you either did that or you weren't getting girls. You weren't doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, you know, so, or whatever. But just to bring this up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started rhyming more and writing, man. I literally was rhyming. I would write in all kind of stuff, like back of books and notepads and this, that, and the other. I was just writing, listening to music. I would record myself over, like, y'all, man, like, take cassettes and then, like, play it from the other side and play the instrumental and then, you know, rhyme on the other side of this instrumental and stuff like that. Like, I used to try to do all this stuff not knowing, you know, like, what was my connection to hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? I just loved doing something in my bedroom, you know what I'm saying, which I was breaking in, I was trying to write graffiti, and I was rhyming at the same time. Like, I was trying these things all at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But the two things...
Real hip-hop.
yeah, the two things that stuck me, and it was different, man, because my brothers was cool. They was cool with the hip hop stuff that I was doing, but they was like, yo, you a little deep into this. Like, you went and seen Saul Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like, my teacher went to. People know who Saul Williams is. They know game about lyrics and poetry and everything like that. These things that we actually don't pay attention to in our music. You know what I'm saying? The spirits and everything like that, and how to activate them, and actually know how to act out things or do things things or words that make you move, influencing yourself with right things. You know what I'm saying? The right ways. But me going to see all these things, rhyming and breaking was one of the biggest two things I stuck with for a while. And then I met a mentor by Rocco Klein and everything, and he was a popper, he was a choreographer, he was a rhymer, he was a singer, he was multi-talented. Like artist, he could draw, he could do all these things. You know what I'm saying? And he taught me how to start counting music. All right.
Which is something that b-boys are not really good at usually, right?
Right. And I'm being real with you, man. Like I already had the understanding of music lyrically, but putting the 1, 2, and this, that, and the other, I had
the end counts, yeah.
To do it by spirit, but didn't know how to control it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what was so raw about me. So like, let me just tell you about this, and I'm sorry if I take long, but you gotta know this before I start. We start talking about this.
Here on Coach Sambo's YouTube channel, we do whatever we want.
I'm sorry?
I said right here we do whatever we want, bro. It's all good.
Well, as me meeting Rocco Klein, I met him. I had seen him before dancing as a freshman at Mariloma at this high school that I went to at that time. I ended up meeting him again as a sophomore, coming back from like back over in the Midwest and everything, and I ended up meeting him. I met him in this garage one time playing basketball. I was playing basketball at this garage, and he was like, "Yo, I know who you are, man. I seen you play. You performed at my school." He was like, "Yeah. He was like, you was popping, you was doing this," and I'm mimicking him. And he's like, he's looking at me like as to say, like, "Oh, okay, like you got skill." And I was like, I just stopped. And I was like, "You want to battle?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Hey man, you want to battle?" He's like,
sick.
"Nah, man, I don't want to battle. You can show me what you can do though." And I was like, "All right, best." So I jumped down, boom, and I started doing a little footwork that I knew how to do at that time, and then I started doing these bottle tops. That I ended up, I was spinning and doing these bottle tops.
What are bottle tops?
It's Zulu spinning.
Zulu spin. All right.
The real actual Zulu spin.
All right. So that's good to know.
The first, for me seeing was first footwork power moves, because it's still spinning, but you're on your toes. Okay, so I do these little things, and I stand up in front of me, and he like, "Yo, like you got skill, bro. Like you should come to these little community center down the street, man. I do these little, dance classes and everything like that." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like." So I go home, tell my parents, and my dad's like, "No," like straight up was like, "No, hell no. Who? Like a Rocco? Who is Rocco? Like?" And I'm like, I mean, he's a dancer, man. I've seen him before and all this, and I've been trying to explain to this. He gave me his number, so my dad calls him and all this. Like, what name is Rocco? It's like, it's a name, man. It's my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this ain't a nickname? Like, no, like, it was bad goofy, man. All right. So he lets me go. So I end up going, and I'm seeing what he's doing, and he's doing choreography, and I've seen choreography on TV and all this, but I've never seen this stuff live and everything. So it was like, how do I clamp onto this? So he's like, "Show me what you do, show them what you do." So I go out there and I'm doing like my windmills, my little footwork stuff, bunch of backflips, front flip, bam, you know what I'm saying? They're like, "Yo, all right, cool. All right, see if you can do this." And they gave me some counts, and boy, I looked horrible. Like, really bad. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "You don't know how to count." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Nah, bro, you don't know how to count music, bro. You don't know you don't know how to drop in. You don't know what the 1 is. You don't know what the 4 is. You don't know what the 8 is. You don't know when to stop. You don't know how to hold. You don't know how to swing this. You don't know how to do that with the beat. You don't know how to do none of that.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important. And I think maybe something that might not be talked about enough in this community.
Bro, Sambo, I'm just telling you the truth. I got my ass handed to me that day. It was a reflection of life that day, bro. I think I stayed around this guy for like the next 5 to 6 years, maybe a little bit longer.
That
You know what I'm saying?
kind of, and that's when Machine was actually born.
We gonna get through that because he started showing me that he could freestyle rap. So we would freestyle rap, you know, going to shows in his car, you know, chilling together. We just like pop off rapping, you know, doing all this stuff, da 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 da. We hang out together all the time. I go to his garage and we sit there and he'll teach me how to count, he'll show me how to do stuff with music and all this stuff. Now at this time, I'm still breaking because at this community center in the back, there's these breakers that come by the name of like Matt Cash, Ajax, Kareem, Cole Chris.
Also known as
Skittles. And I'm naming these people on live, man, because everybody that knows that's gonna see this, they're gonna know all the Sacramento guys that actually were breaking before me that I was looking at in the city. You know what I'm saying? And like these fools are already in the community. Alright? I have a homeboy that ends up taking me out to the Bay Area and I go to my first breaking jam called Alpha Fame. And I go out there with all these little gimmick moves that I learned because I've been working with the Sacramento Kings with my mentor and all this stuff. And so I go and, you know, try to do this competition thing. Kareem is there, Abe is there, Marlon's there. This is like, I'm naming all the people I saw that day. Natron, you know what I'm saying? Cujo was the very first guy I ever seen that was like the famous b-boy I ever seen where I was like, I lost my mind when I saw him because I knew him from the Like That in The Way It Is video. And like, I was bugging when I saw him at a gym.
Game changer.
That guy, like, and everything, not knowing how small the community really was. You know what I'm saying? Of these legends that's there. You know what I'm saying? And these people that I got names and all this stuff. And I come there, man, and I'm like, all like mismatched dress, man. I got like Saucony's on and Adidas pants and a Nike Speedo shirt and a beanie. Like, everybody laughed at me. It's mad funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this dude, look how he dressed, bro. Like, they all making fun of me. Real talk. Marlon making fun of me. Kareem making fun of me. All these guys making fun of me. But one of the craziest things about it was my spirit, though. And that's one of the biggest things I would say people don't lose. Don't lose your confidence and spirit because somebody talking shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. So, being real with you, I go in there and I do my thing. I get to go out, my last round, and I'm battling somebody. My Alpha Fame, I don't even know if this video's going somewhere or whatever, but I know people got footage of it. But I go out there and I do like my little windmills and I take my shirt off like this dude Mookie from Rock Forest. And I didn't know, but I did this in like as performances, but I was like how you see Pockets do now. I used to do that back in the day when I was younger, like pull that off and keep windmilling and head spin, you know, try to head spin and everything like that and get up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm flexing and all this junk, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I do that.
You were that kind of b-boy.
Sambo, man, I'm telling you some true stuff today, bro. I get up and I can't lie about this. Everybody got footage of this junk, man. I get up and I do Bruce Lee. Wow, wow.
Well, you know where you come from, right? That's important thing.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like doing Bruce Lee and everybody laughing, like the judge is laughing. So we made it. We made it past the first round. I'm like, yo, won my first round.
Something paid off.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I did something. Like, I won. Like, bro, you know how happy I was after that, bro? I was jumping around for joy. Like, and everybody thought, like, yo, this dude is silly and everything. But I'm like, yo, man, I made it to the second round. I don't care what none of y'all think in the room right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I should have got off in the first round, right?
What Out for Fame was this? Like, what year?
Like that.
What year of Out for Fame was this?
We go out in the second round. We get dusted, bro. Like, I think it was Abe and them, like, I think this was when Flexible Flame got made. This is like the first Flexible Flame team. We got dusted. I ended up slamming my shoulder, trying to do some crazy spin move in the air and all this. But I felt so good going back home. When I went back home, I got well and went to practice. One night, I'm in the garage and our mentor's cousins is over. And I'm a little older now, so it's like we having a few drinks. And they throwing this alcoholic song called Damn. And if anybody know this song, you know, it's like the alcoholics make you say damn, da 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 da, say damn. It's real hip hop, right? Real hip hop stuff, alcoholics, and we start dancing, we start moving around in the room, me and him, and we, you know, like just dancing back and forth. There's no battle, it's just us, you know, getting off together. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, just chilling, dancing and everything. And so I start going to the floor, and I start hitting these beats, boom, boom, you know, and I hit the chorus like, damn, da, 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 and they bugging out. Like, yo, you did all that on the beat.
It was like something new.
Yeah, and I'm like, for real? You know, I'm just playing around, like I'm listening to the music, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, that's, and my mentor was like, you need to keep this. Like, yo, that's your thing right now, bro. Like, so the more and more I would go to practice, I started hearing that the breaking, the techno music, that shit's all changing now. So it started changing to like Average White Band, BT Express, and, the Isley Brothers, Fight the Power, and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, what the? And then like in my head, like, what the hell is going on here? What's going on here? Like, this all the music I grew up on in the house. My mom and dad play this music. Y'all really about to start changing the phone? This what y'all want to do? Bro. Real talk. A lot of the funk music, all of man, my dad and them had crates of this stuff, man. Breaks. Like, serious soul breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not only did we challenge ourselves to sports, but my dad, since him being a singer, would challenge me and his kids to music. Do you know this? Do you know that? Who made this? Who's this sample? What is this? Da 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 da. And we started doing it to each other with hip hop. Our brothers and us. Oh, he used this sample. He did this. Oh, we did this. Da 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 da.
Take note. If you're you know, if you're a parent, you know, do that to your kids. Like, you know.
Bro, it's so.
Let them listen to hip hop. That's you know, that's good. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this, you know, we got challenged all the time in the house or anything like that. Not only on top of that, like our lyrics and everything of our mind state, you know what I'm saying? We listen to the stuff that was like, you know, like I'm a big NWA fan, you know what I'm saying? So reality rap is something I grew up on, where people were speaking reality, you know what I'm saying? So for me to see it and then know that it was being expressed in music, that wasn't hard for me to do as a dancer. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though you had like, here come the hammer and all this stuff, but to start like dancing the funk and dancing that, you know, get on the good foot and all this stuff where the music started changing and went to funk, like I'm just like, yo man, I know how to do this, you know what I'm saying, pretty easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell how I feel about what this song does to me. You know what I'm saying? In a different way, you know what I'm saying? So my dancing started changing. And I gotta speak about this guy too, because this is how the foundational thing came into play for me. When I met with my homeboy Tech, which was another guy that was from Sacramento, he's a basketball coach and everything now, man. He's an amazing guy and everything. And he was a B-boy from the city that we was from. And he brought over Easy Rock tape one time, and we was watching it, and I'm like, yo, what is this? And foundation started coming into play to what I started doing. I got to talk about this other person, don't mean to drop names, but y'all need to hear these things. I started watching more footage of like Little John from Havoc and Coral, like when he went out to Pro-Am and won and everything. His musicality was so on point that day, and I had that Pro-Am tape, and I wasn't sitting there watching it to try to dance like him, but understand like, damn, that's how you rock a circle.
How is he channeling the music?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And channeling music and everything. So I'm telling you about people that influenced me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people that started influencing me to start listening more. You know what I'm saying? I shout out this other person too. Stuntman was another person that listened to music a lot more. You know what I'm saying? That I started seeing at the jams or anything like that. Po1, you know what I'm saying, was one of the guys that listened to music. Flowmaster.
Yeah. Love the guy. I love the guy, by the way. You know what I mean? Like he's awesome.
Look at this though, bro. Like you gotta look at the situation. Like Flowmaster, not only that, but Flowmaster is a performer first.
I agree.
You gotta learn how to perform. You might be
I agree.
up there dancing for yourself, but you gotta learn how to perform to them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just like any performer that's standing on stage, you can't sit up there and sing for yourself. You can't do that. You gotta learn how to be a performer. You know what I'm saying? And these people perform as they battle. You know what I'm saying?
Some people get on stage and still are invisible.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I got. You know where I got this one? I got this one from Farid. Remember Farid? He told me this one. Yeah. You know, that was deep. That was deep.
Yeah. You have to learn how to be a performer. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, just to clean it up, man, you know what I'm saying? So we can get to questions and everything. But that was like my introduction to musicality and the things that I started learning and I started sitting more in the pocket to.
Which explains a lot. Like hearing all of this, you kind of see how, you know, life kind of shaped you and formed you into what we get to see and what we get to experience, you know, when you're out there on the floor, and which is, you know, really, really dope. So I do have a lot of questions right here, and specifically going into musicality. So for the people just tuning in and joining in, welcome. You can see we got no one other than the machine himself right here at Coach Sambo's YouTube channel, trying to bring y'all to that next level, and we're going to try and extract some next level knowledge from this guy, because, you know, he got it right there. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and get the chat fired up. Let me know where you're from if you just tuned in. Shout out to everybody watching. You guys are amazing, and I really hope you enjoy the channel and trying to get everything up to this next level, including having insane guests on. And
I gotta tell you, another influencer. I just gotta tell you another influencer, K-Mel, bro.
Oh yeah.
Was a huge influencer. You know what I'm saying? When it, you know, rocking the beat when I was younger, and I watched Battle of the Year '98. That was like probably like that was like a set in stone. Like even Rock Horse is in that video, the family's in that video. You know what I'm saying? There's some suicidal lifestyles in that video. You know what I'm saying? Like
legends.
There's some pioneers that like, yeah, man, that is like, I don't know, shaped me of like what I seen and what I was like, yo, what I want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? In the community. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Dope. Yo, bro, let's just you know, let's just add a little bit of footage right here, and because you know, there's so many epic moments that I want to share with the people, that I just try and took like these like really memorable moments for a lot of people, especially like people like me that, you know, I was already doing battle at this time, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't peaking. I haven't learned the lessons that I had to learn yet, and these videos just influenced so much. So what we got the battle versus Atta. Yo, what do you remember from that day, and what can you share with us to kind of look behind the scenes of what, like, how you prepared for this?
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I love talking about this battle because this battle was not only just epic on camera, but it was epic in my life. I'll never forget like everything like that was like really popping. And the crazy thing about this was like me and Atta got to chill together for like a week before this battle. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the thing of it is like, we not only chilled, we trained together. We went to a project and we battled a whole project in Poland. I'm not even gonna lie, man. We battled about 20 people. I'm not even gonna lie. It got to the point where me and this fool was burning people so much. I'm not gonna lie. That night we was burning so many people in the little battle. They had a battle in this project in the basement, and we in this basement party like going boom, 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 blowing it up. Now this is one of the catches about the battle is all the moves that were actually done in that battle, we were hiding what we did on this camera. We didn't do none of this stuff. We was dibbling, dabbling, doing this, that. kicked in a region of area that was very disrespectful from some b-boy. Alright, and so I like quit. I was like, yeah, I'm done. You know, I went laid on the bench, and we ended up going to that battle, and it was all love, man. Like that was one of the biggest things. You know what I'm saying? Like we went out there and gave it our all. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it at the end. It's like, man, I didn't know you could do all this and all this. Why you gotta go jump off the speaker and why you doing all this? Like we had so many laughs about the battle. You know what I'm saying? Everything, you know, like at the end of the night. And sadly to say, man, if people don't notice, that was the last time I seen us. I ain't seen him since. Like,
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we decided to, that night was like, yo, we need to do something together. Well, a lot of people don't know this, but I also went to the military the night, like the month or the right after that, and was out of breaking for like 2-3 years or something like that because he was doing military fulfilling or something like that, and so we never got that chance. We never got a chance to dance together. I wish we would.
Well, it's probably gonna happen someday. Definitely.
I wish. I would still do it. Like, right now, I would battle with him. You know what I'm saying? I would battle with Ozzy. Ozzy, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the train or something like that, and everything like that. Yeah, I would really do it. I would still do it. You know what I'm saying? That would be legendary.
Like, did you prepare or did you just? Because you know, the way you're dancing in these battles is, you know, you're just so connected to the music. I'm sure, like, you don't plan out like full rounds like a lot of people do, right? But so how do you prepare for your specific style, you know? If you know you got a big battle coming up.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I pretty much kind of try to dance every day. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like, at some point in the day, I'm gonna try to dance at least and put in that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what I do. You know, any artist is gonna draw every day or picture to draw every day. I mean, even if you don't get to do it, but you're always dancing, like, or in your body or in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's number one. I practice, and I talk about this a lot, but I practice how to be free when it's time to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's no limitations or anything like that. You know, obviously people go in, they work on techniques and everything like that, but I practice like how I'm going to battle and how I'm going to perform. A performer is sitting in a room, and people don't know this, but they got studios in Los Angeles where people go into a room and they stand there and they perform in mirrors, all this stuff before they get on stage. That stuff has to take time, and it has to take preparation. And if you're not working on it, and if you're not doing that stuff, then it's never going to get to the point where you want that perfection at. You got to have some kind of, you know, something about perfection that you want to be good at something, or you want to be the best at it if you're in this sometime. You know, about yourself. I'm not talking about for other people. You know, this is something that you should have for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, preparation is always, all the time. I'm preparing all the time.
So let's just say, if I get this straight, like the battle, it wasn't like you were working to the battle. Like the battle is just like another day at the office during the full process.
It's like, being honest, even at that time, being honest, I'm honest with you, like, y'all don't even, people don't know this, man, but a lot of people wanted my head, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to jams, and the whole jams was jumping me. I went out to Russia and got jumped by, like, you know, 4 or 5 guys, and it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Mark the Beard was there and all this stuff and everything like that. But I had to battle like 4, 5, 6 guys, man. Like, seriously, like in a club before. You know, by myself. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody jump in until like the end. I already took like 15, 16 rounds. You know what I'm saying? From people. So, you know what I'm saying? It was inevitable, and that's how I kind of look at it even now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still around it. I'm not retired or anything like that. So it's inevitable that I might end up battling. So why not be ready? You know,
It's better to be ready, and
really,
you know, to not have an opportunity than to be
right.
not ready,
You know
and then.
I'm not saying you have to take every battle that you see, or just because this guy's calling you out, but at least you know in yourself, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So me saying preparing for the Ata battle or anything like that, I was just dancing every day like I usually do.
Just
It's like gold. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're not doing it, you know what the result.
it just becomes a habit.
And you can go out there and you can bitching up a storm to the judges and all this stuff. I don't do that because, real talk, if it came down to that and I had to go do all that, that means I never won anyway. When I win, I put you away.
You got to make the difference.
That's because I want to train like that.
Yeah.
I don't want the judges to stand up there and be like, even though it's going to happen, but inevitable, I want this is what my results is of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
And, hey, Mike Tyson didn't become a champion going to decisions.
Exactly. Yo, tell us about IBE, bro. This has been, like, this moment at IBE has changed Musicality. Like, if you ask me, it changed Musicality forever. Because this is from this point on, people knew, all right, like, it's more than what it, wasn't to that point. Musicality was kind of the thing, but now you're up in IBE and you're hitting lyrics and you're hitting, you're not just hitting the lyrics with the rhythm of the lyrics, but you're hitting the lyrics with the meaning of the lyrics, and that just takes it to a whole nother level. And this is what IBE was. Tell us about IBE. What do you still feel and remember from that day, bro? Or those days, because there were multiple IBEs, of course.
If it wasn't for IBE, I'm just going to say I probably would have never came to Europe. You know what I'm saying? It was my very first trip to Europe, and got to battle. And so it for me. I always wanted to. I remember seeing. I have to say this. I remember seeing the family Rock Force rematch. People don't know that was the very first IBE.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah, if you was even around, maybe. I don't know how old you were. But
I wasn't around back then, but I was the years after, so I got to see the footage and
I didn't even have a name. Okay, so that had to work itself in too. You know what I'm saying? That's seasoning too. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants everything at once, but you gotta grow and see things. You know what I'm saying? Like, being a test of waters are different things. But I think for IBE that was the thing for me. You know what I'm saying? It was going and improving and being on that floor. Like, I missed that. I missed that.
Oh yeah, bro. That floor was magical, bro.
That floor is super legendary. It's like the blue floor for Freestyle Session 7. Everybody want to be on that floor. It's certain floors that, you know what I'm saying, I'm being dead ass with you, like in breaking that. I'm so glad that I got to touch it, you know what I'm saying, and be able to represent. So when I saw that floor, knowing what I know Rock Force, which is the crew that I'm in now, you know what I'm saying, the fourth generation, I wanted to leave that kind of that rawness on the floor, you know what I'm saying. And when I saw, Maya, Jeff, and Nam, and all these guys that was, there that year, Iron Monkey was there and everything, and everything. So it meant a lot. It really means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Every time I go back to IBE, it's just, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really miss Nighttown. I ain't gonna lie.
It was the best IBE. The best.
Yeah. I miss the vibe. I remember, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody watching who was at one of the IBEs at Nighttown. You guys, you know what we're talking about, right?
Y'all miss some amazing parties. And I'm telling you, man, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Some of the scariest people that party is French.
French B-boys.
Shout out to France, but man, oh my God, man, they bring everybody, bro. They bring everybody, man. Over half of France was IBE sometime, man. Like, it'd be so many people, bro. But it was all chill, man. And like, you just got to meet up with so many different people, man. I got to see Junior there for the first time. That Bill.
And it was a time where social media didn't give us the connection we all have today, right? It was rare to see these people,
man.
right?
You got to wait on the videos and the DVDs at that time.
Yeah, man.
Everybody was waiting on them videos and them DVDs. You know what I'm saying?
Months. We would wait for months.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you were even, oh man, I'm not even gonna lie, you really lose your mind when you would know you was in the videos, like, yo, did I get in? You know what I'm saying? That was the other thing that I missed about the videos and like skate videos and all these different things, is because you got to see not just like the competition, but you got to see the raw ciphers. Like the cipher footage, you know what I'm saying? When you just saw different styles. You didn't see what was on the stage all the time, like, what the judges is looking for, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. But you got to see raw footage of, damn, that's going to be crazy. Did you see that concept? Oh, man, did you see this? That, like, it was totally different, But, yeah, man. IBE, I just wanted to show that, like, especially 2005, me putting together that team, I knew everybody on that team for free music.
That team was like not even legendary. Like people use the word legendary too much for me to use it now. Like that USA team, bro, heavenly, bro.
I got to pick that squad. That was the squad that I got to pick that year and everything. So I knew what I wanted to present of America because for me, and I'm just saying this for me, America is, or how we would look, like breaking comes from here, but breaking looks different in every other place because it's different to America because the spirit of the struggle that breaking had to go through or hip hop had to go through and the people had to go through in hip hop. And that's what you see, especially people that are good at breaking. You know what I'm saying? You see the struggle.
Exactly. The more struggle there is, the more that personality develops, right?
I wasn't from New York, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't from the Bronx or anything like that. I'm from Sacramento, California. There's mass struggle. Super struggle. You know what I'm saying?
There is.
I've seen it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking my truth for what the struggle is. You know what I'm saying? Like, not, you know what I'm saying? I'm struggling like that now, but through the music, bro, I'm telling you about the time. I'm telling you about this is what we only had, you know what I'm saying, to be happy. You know what I'm saying, in those times and moments, man, because it was crazy going through the 90s, man. Like, 90s violence in LA and Sacramento and all this, man, it was really crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even growing up just being 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I like to express through different things. Now that I know about hip hop and about funk bands and all these different things like that, you get to marinate more into the sauce of it. You get to marinate into that. And that's what, listening to, Coogee rapping Polo or, rock, Jingling Babies, LL Cool J, you know what I'm saying? You got Cut Nice playing this in the IBE, where you don't hear this in the States. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of music that gets played in hip-hop that still gets played in other countries that you don't hear in the States no more. Even after breaking jazz, it's not going to get played.
Yeah, they shout out to Cut Nice for that specific event because, that he brought it back.
A lot of people didn't know that's one of the DJs for IBE was Cut Nice.
Cut Nice, bro. Cut Nice. And he cut it up real nice. Because as you were talking about this playlist, it just brought back that kind of boom bap style. And because it was all these, at this time, I think we were like B-boys were almost breaking to like disco beats,
Yeah, well, you have to remember who was famous at that time in Europe though was Billy Brown.
DJ Billy Brown, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So,
and we had a lot of the
disco beats got played then.
Yeah.
That play got on a you got a lot of those.
The official one-hand hop beat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, IB is always gonna be memorable to me. I'll go to IB any year, any year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yo, bro. So let's go into musicality.
Let's go.
We install everything as it should, and people that have been watching up to now, they're I think they're heated enough to go into these questions right here. So I'm gonna start out with a real basic question, but I believe it's pretty important because I do air failure tutorials and I do a lot of power and a lot of tricks and stuff like that. But of course, I know it's not breaking is not about the tricks and stuff like that. But there are a lot of people that are watching the channel that in a way are still maybe a little too much focused on these kind of tricks and stuff like that. So let's just imagine ourselves, you're judging at an event and you got probably someone you've already judged like this, but someone with a lot of technical ability but really anti-musicality. How much does this the like how is the balance for you when you have to judge someone like that? Let's say he's up against an average round, all around it, and then that person drops some extreme power, but the musicality, feeling, groove, there's none of that, and so this happens a lot. What goes in your what's your thought on this as a musicality genius?
I'm gonna give you a certain. I want you to picture this as much as you're giving me a question. Imagine sitting on a panel judging, and this person has heard a song that's been on that everybody knows. The song is over 30-some years old. But the only thing you can show me how to do is a trick. Where the level of this now is different. It's not about the trick. It's about what you can show me differently that you can do with the trick. And that's where the ceiling hit with this person learning this technique. So you learn how to do the technique of this trick, but you never figure out how to flow the trick with music. Okay?
So is that like an instant vote against that person for you, or how do you translate that into your duty as a judge?
I'm explaining this now.
All right, go ahead.
Now me as that person of musicality has to find music for you. Should I have to do that?
Not as a judge, right? No.
Not as a judge. I shouldn't have to go find the music for you to make your trick amazing. I shouldn't have to do that. And I use this song because everybody knows this song. Everybody knows Don't Sweat the Technique. So show me show me how you can be different to this with musicality. What am I not hearing? Or what am I not seeing yet? When are you gonna change a gear? You know what I'm saying? And this is something I always want. I want to say this because this is where musicality in breaking is now compared to when musicality was in the older days. I'm sorry. That was in the older days. And the crazy thing about this was, you seen breaking in the older days, it had funk music to it, they had these breaks and everything. It wasn't as season moves with the beat all the time. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of always over the beat. And lyrics in hip-hop started to change that, where you start seeing b-boys and b-girls dancing to hip-hop now and what they were hearing and everything. So why I use Don't Sweat the Technique as such a song is because you hear this song on Breaking Jam or have heard this song at almost every Breaking Jam. How you cannot give me something out of the song, you know what I'm saying? A lyric, a pause, you know what I'm saying? Some of these things that are going on in the music is beyond me in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't fathom something up that Rakim said?
Well, yeah, I totally feel what you're saying.
Hold on, really, real talk. Are you really listening to the music right now? Or are you just in the facility of this sound?
I think most people are so worried about what they're gonna do that they totally fly past the music.
I say that a lot of people don't sit in the pocket enough in their training. Some of the time, Sambo, where it's not about dancing all the time. It's about stopping and paying attention. You know what I'm saying? To what is influencing your movements and dancing. If you want to get to that musicality level, you know, and you need to stop and listen to what you're listening to. You can't keep moving to it and thinking that the body's gonna catch up. Or I'll just catch this at the same time. And this is something that I talk about because a lot of people like to say this about me, like, oh yeah, Machine's a dope freestyler. He's a dope freestyler. Yeah, I know how to do that, but that's not freestyle what I'm doing, man.
And being free with your know-how.
And with my know-how. You know? What to me is me sitting on the ground and rolling around and not knowing what I'm doing. Now you're freestyling.
Doing stuff you've never done before.
Because you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You're just rolling around. And you see people do it, they go to that freestyle state where the set messes up. You know what I'm saying? They mess up with the set. So now you're freestyling. You probably catch that. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. You know? But how can you really sit there and tell me that you heard the same music or you know the ledge, you know, another Rakim reference of a song, you know what I'm saying? To know the ledge, and you can't tell me nothing about the ledge. And knowing it.
That's definitely going to cost them a bunch of points, right?
Well, with me, I would like to see that. I've seen breaking. I've seen it. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? How do you? It's like a rapper now. You wouldn't buy music if this guy kept saying the same thing over and over again using the same technique. You ain't gonna keep buying this dude's record.
No, man. It's got to evolve, and it's got to.
The same thing you said.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing that.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So how you moving the same way to a different song? How do you keep moving? How do you have the same top rock to every song? Every song you do that same top rock. Come on, really pay attention. And
So
like,
you know, I hope people are.
Wait a minute.
Sure.
Oh, we getting real. Then you say, "Oh, I beat you." Man, you didn't even beat me from the beginning. All that shit on the ground don't even count. You couldn't top rock.
And that's where it all starts.
You don't even know what it is to do a hip hop step. You don't know the RoboCop. You don't know the Roger. I'm saying these names because these are social dances. I'm saying you got to do this on the dance floor, but you know how to change it now to make it change into something else. But you don't even have that ability to change this. Yeah, like, look, so you're going to top rock to Planet Rock. All right. Down the Stompers come on, and you're going to stand up here and you're going to top rock. So you don't know nothing about disco. So you don't even know your regions of the dances that created what you're in.
Which would be something we definitely should have to go in depth about because, you know, to be honest, you know, hearing you talk about this, like I know of it, but I obviously don't know as much as you or, you know, from people from that generation and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it just gets you to think how much knowledge there actually is that has to be spread and shared throughout the freaking, you know what I mean? And that's why this internet and maybe even this lockdown might even be in our advantage because we're getting, you know, to develop more ways of sharing this kind of knowledge. And you know, it's an interesting thing for you to mention this. You know, I might just write it down and say, all right, next live stream next month, we're going to be talking about, you know, where it all actually comes from and the steps in between in the evolution.
Yeah, man. Like, seriously, bro. Like, you really have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I want to say it's such a, like, it's a hood dance or anything like that, but hoods influence this. You know what I'm saying? And they might do salsa room, bro, but there's some badass salsa dancers right there from the Bronx that'll bust your ass. You know
exactly. Like, salsa dancers are freaking dangerous, bro.
They ain't never left 6 blocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know Chicago two-steppers, which is something nobody don't talk about. Chicago two-steppers. You know what I'm saying? All these dances that were black community dances that were around that I put into this dance now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see anybody doing it. I don't see people taking a chance on it. Yeah, talk about it. Good, cool. At least you got something to talk about. I keep making it to the second round and the first round and the finals, but you keep doing the same things. You know what I'm saying? Like, or anything like that. You know? And I'm not, this is not junk talking. This is like, right, this is reflection of what I see as a judge or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? As many moves, and I was told this before, but as many moves as I have on the ground, as many moves you should have as a top rock.
Yeah, bro. That.
If you can't keep swinging your arms left to right, 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 or do some gimmick dance that you do to step out there because you can't dance. and then you just start doing some jump, which you see
Some one hand
jump.
hops.
You see that like that's not dancing. That's a trick. They just setting up tricks. You're just setting up a trick. Is that even to the music, or is it just a trick?
Yo, so this was the first question. This is the, and very important subject, because I hope people are watching right here that maybe are focused a little bit more on the tricks, and that maybe realize that what Machine just said right now is that are you gonna dance the same way to every song? That's a strong one right there. You got to remember that one, and not just doing the trick, but doing everything around the trick. How are you using the trick? And then, of course, how you're interpreting the music with the trick. Yo, smash the like button if you're getting some very important, machine knowledge extracted right here. Yo, thanks a lot again for being on the channel, Machine.
Everybody's seen a comedian, right? They love a comedian, right? Would you like a comedian that just told you the punchline?
No, of course not. No, of course not.
So I want to see the setup. I want to see the flow. I want to see the story. I want to see. I don't care if you didn't from poverty. I don't care if you didn't. You could be a rich kid. Show me how rich you are. Show me how rich and how rich you were and how you sat in your room and just listened to music. Show me it.
With the dance.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
Love it. Love what you said, man. Yeah. Totally get you, man.
Straight out of Compton, that's okay, cool. But show me how straight out of Compton influenced you from being that rich. And how you felt like, yo, I feel this. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, dropping gems. Gems, bro.
Now, feel the groove. You know what I'm saying? You was rich. How did you watch yourself and feel the groove? Show me. Show me how it happened.
So, yo, let's move on to the next question right here. And this might be, this might be a very, let's just say, fragile one. Maybe, because for me personally, it is something that I have been thinking about, and I do believe you are the best person to ask this question. So this question is, Machine. With all these non-lyrical, let's say Red Bull beats that are coming out, because live stream issues and stuff like that, do you think long term this is going to affect our culture and what we do, and will it affect how breakers and connect to the music if we're going to lose all of these copyright problems and all the jams, and imagine all the mixtapes in 5 years, they're just all these like Red Bull beats that are do you get the question? What I'm going at?
Absolutely.
Tell me.
Absolutely, I definitely get the question.
Here we go.
I would say first and foremost, anything changing is going to be an influence. Is going to change something. Change just does that. Whether it's good or bad. Whether we have to go back to something or something else that makes something better, it's always going to change. You know what I'm saying? That's evolution. It's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I would say two things that I see, which is gone now from being able to play music that has or anything like that, is the simple fact like the natural effect of a riff. If you know what a riff is.
No, please explain us.
Okay, people, a riff in music is where you see that they're playing these things like a breakdown is a riff.
All right, so it's like a separate part of a track.
A separate part of the music, but this guy is playing the guitar and he's freestyling or he's feeling himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Or this drummer is going crazy with the drums for a second, you know what I'm saying, and feeling himself. A singer riffs and they make different notes that are not there in the voice or in the song, and that's the riff.
Just go all out. Yeah.
Spirit. No, this is when you see the connect of sound and spirit and soul of this thing, either the instrument or the body. Okay? And that's what this riff is. That's gone now in breaking.
In breaking or in the music in breaking?
The music is going from the people in breaking too, because that riff ain't there no more. It's not there. There's not these things where you got, and this, I'm just gonna say this. B-boy, if you ain't digging hard enough to find music to dance to, you ain't digging enough to find different breaks to dance to, you ain't a DJ yourself. How you gonna go out there and just let this guy keep constantly playing all this stuff on you and you don't know nothing? How you gonna keep going out there playing basketball and don't know none of the rep? How? They keep showing up to the job too. The music is the job. That's the work. Not the breaking. That's secondary. You know? So that in music, because of copyrights now, is now gone. So what you have now, and there's no disrespect because there's some guys out there, shout outs to, Lean, shout outs to Flag, shout outs to Fool, shout outs to Ugon, Nurba, shout outs to these DJs that are they're creating.
All the DJs.
Yeah.
All of them.
You better know your DJs, B-boys.
You gotta know your DJs.
How you don't know Timber? How you don't know Lacey? How you don't know Scheme?
Yo, rest in peace, Lacey. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, how you don't know who Renegade is?
Everybody know who Renegade is.
No, I'm saying, like, how you don't know these great DJs? How you don't know these people? You know what I'm saying? Leg it in. Want me to keep going? You know what I'm saying? They play at the jams. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, it's really crazy. So for me, it's like like everybody right now, you're not some of the time not getting the band so much no more. You're getting the beat machines or you're getting the program these things. So I'm not saying don't learn it. Learn it because it's a practice for you. This is your generation of now, and I say this to the generation that's out there now, the new generation of us. But this is your generation now to learn this music. Regardless of where this music goes, you gotta learn. You can't keep dancing over it. Like
I think many of the people watching are just already used to it, and kind of maybe.
Used to it, and that's what I'm saying. You gotta keep digging for other music. You think that break music is the only music I listen to all day? You think that's the only music I dance to all the time?
Let's hope not.
I'm just saying, like, they might come on in that session at a time or another, but that ain't what I probably warm up with. That probably ain't what I cool down to. That ain't probably what I go through my emotions or when I'm dancing or anything like that. When things get to cooking, you have to change the tempo of this heart rate, pumping at this. You know what I'm saying? At this one tempo. There's no stop. In which we'll start talking about where it is. You don't have a gear change. You don't even have to go fast at the beginning. It's your time. Why can't you take it?
That's definitely something a lot of people still have to learn when they're, still trying to get that dominance in battle is starting out with taking your time. And I know, these battles, they're long days, right? Long waiting for your moment and stuff like that. You might have a long drive and whatever, but when that one moment comes where you have to get through that prelim, you just said it right here. You gotta be able to take your time, and that even probably gives you more the possibility to take in that music, really get into it before you start dropping your round, right?
I'm being totally real with you. I'm like I said, I'm not talking about these other dances, but I've never seen in an all-style dance or in a breaking battle somebody get counted like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you did that, bro, you took way too long to talk about what you need to talk about in this conversation of this battle. If you gotta get counted off, you know what I'm saying? Which I believe in. I don't think I need to dance to a point where, where that's another thing too, doing too much. DTM. Doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You've done enough. You have to know that too. How many lyrics, how many beats did I need to hit to actually get my point across? This is a conversation. We've talked back and forth. You know what I'm saying, or anything like that. So how long does it take me to get this conversation off right now? You know what I'm saying? How long does this take? You know what I'm saying, for me to get these dance moves off? I don't need to take all day and get counted 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and break. No, I ain't never seen it done. Never.
Luckily.
You can't dance that long. Most cats can't dance that long.
People's stamina is all messed up.
Right.
Yo, we touched on a little bit of your speciality. Well, one of your many specialities when it comes to musicality, and that's, lyrical musicality. And when I try to teach lyrical musicality to students, it's like there's two ways, right? You got like the pace of what is being said, right? And then you have what you're really good at is what is being said and extracting that and translating that into movement, which is first of all, it's really hard to do because you never know what track you're gonna get, obviously, in a battle, right? So there's no preparation for this, and that's what creates that magic in a way. Yo, could you give advice? And I know lyrics in battles, we're still having them a little bit right now, but I do believe it's gonna fade away. But you never know. For me, watching somebody really understand the lyrics and translating that into movement shows that that person is at some higher frequency, if you know what I mean, right? And that is, it's just so rare in a way, especially for me. I'm a European b-boy. Not many people manage to translate the lyrics that way. So, I would love for you to talk a little bit about that, and then especially, give advice to people on how to maybe expand on their lyrical musicality. And it could be both, like the meaning of the lyrics but also the pace of the lyrics, like what comes into your mind when it comes to this.
Well, I would say this, Sambo, for this. You start from scratch. You got to start back. If you've never done this, man, go back and start listening to 80s hip hop. I mean, it sounds like it's like, man, that's boring, man, or anything like that. No, you need to go back and listen to Broken Glass everywhere. People pissing on the corners. People just don't care. You need to understand.
Broken Glass everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? From that standpoint of why, and I'm not saying you need to dance to it, but what you need to start learning and understanding is the understanding of why somebody would say something like that, or why it would relate to you, or why it doesn't relate to you. But you need to understand that. Why I say you need to go back to basic hip hop, because it'll start like basic hip hop, about basic hip hop dancing. You're not gonna start off in the advanced stuff. You ain't gonna keep up. So we need to start you somewhere where you can actually pick up the lyrics and understand them clearly and everything like that before they start getting mumbled.
Obviously, being able to speak English, right, is definitely something people gotta work on.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this because I know we got a lot of people that's international. And that's why I say go back to older hip hop or things like that, soulful music, soul music, R&B, stuff like that.
Funk.
It'll start breaking down a lot of what you're hearing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of hearing mumble or anything like that, or somebody speaking super fast like an E40 or something like that, or anything like that, where it takes years of understanding hip hop to understand what this guy's and how he's saying it in a style, in a voice tone, you know what I'm saying, that might go up and down and you know what I'm saying, like, and you gotta do that, you know what I'm saying, when you're dancing.
Yo, well said, bro. Well said, man.
You know what I'm saying? You got to learn that voice tone.
That and the intensity, right? The intensity goes up and down, and
so, right, yeah, you have to start, like I said again, if you've never done it before, you scratch. Start from like learning the basics of English hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I get away from this, but I gotta kind of stick. But a lot of people got pissed off at the American team in 2005. It's like, oh man, they keep playing lyrics. They keep playing lyrics. They just dancing to the lyrics. That's what we supposed to do. What you doing in the club, man? It don't even make sense.
it does. People with good English knowledge and are able to use the lyrics like that, they do have a major advantage.
Americans that still can't mimic music out the same way though, Sam. I was like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? That's why I chose the squad that I chose. You You know what I'm saying? I know what these guys, I hung around them. I know what we listen to.
Hey, shout out to Alieness.
You know, so,
Shout out to my boy Alieness.
You know what I'm saying? I hung around these guys, so I know what that was like. But, you know, I'm saying again, you know what I'm saying? Start understanding that these things matter from here. And when I say from here, I mean from the top. And then you can float, you know, to the ground and everything. But, you know, it's
Breathe, brother, breathe.
It's more with music. I would say with music lyrics and everything being snatched now from breaking, you're taking away spirits. You're taking away from the dance so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everything. And I gotta say this. It ain't breaking's fault. It's not the breaking community's fault. It's hip hop's fault. There's no more up-tempo music no more. It really isn't. You don't hear no up-tempo music like, it's none of no more. And it's shown upon in the radio stations and all the records that you streaming and all this stuff and everything. Hip hop don't even make music like this no more. When was the last time you heard a dance track? Tell me. That's up to date.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm really not into
I can tell you,
radio.
Anderson .Paak.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get that pace no more. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, lyrics matter so much.
Hey, we got a quick question right here. Some guy that's called Sex is asking, you know, real quick, who's your favorite b-boys of all time? Let's give us your top 3 favorite b-boys of all time, real quick.
Top b-boys? Are we talking about lyrical b-boys or technical b-boys?
Now let's just step out of the musicality conversation for this quick minute, to answer this dude's question.
I would say K would be up there.
K-Mel.
I'm saying K-Mel would be on there.
Same here.
All time. God, Lee, man, I got so many. I ain't gonna lie, man. I got a few favorites, man, but
That's hard, right?
yeah, it is. It really is. I'm sorry. This sounds really crazy.
Kirk.
You got my brain tickling now. Kenny. Who would be my last one, blood? Me, my and I.
Who?
I love myself. You better start doing it. You better love yourself. Put myself on that list.
Put yourself in. You're a machine, bro. Machine can.
I'm being honest with you, man. I love how I dance, man. I love what I can hear. I love my technique. I love what I'm doing.
Why not, bro? Right here, you can do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. I would say I'll probably put Flowmaster on that list.
Shout out to Flowmaster, man.
And the reason why I say these 3 is because, you know, they take chances, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, K-Mel he wasn't just a, you know, a b-boy. He was a popper. He could do this. He could boogie. He could do all this. You know, Flowmaster the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kenny has the rawness. Like, he just raw, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the time. And he just OG. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, Kenny, every single time. You know what I'm saying? Also, with Pastor, man, he's the performer and the live guy. And you know, listen to the music. He can perform it to you. You can make you laugh. He can make you feel emotion. He can do all these.
He can tell a story.
He can tell a story.
I love him. I haven't met him. Well, I met him like once or twice, but I haven't really got to connect with the guy and stuff. But I love watching him dance, and you know, you can see his spirit so transparent through his dance. Just freaking awesome.
And, yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. So another really dope question right here that I'm sure a lot of people might want to know the answer on is, yo, you're competing in a battle, right? And you know, you're up semifinal, something like that, and you know, you got to go up first or something, and you're really not feeling that track. you know, we've all been there, right? How does Machine fix that?
I'm gonna give y'all a secret today. I count music. I'm good at it. I know how to count music. Even if I don't know the song, or if I'm not feeling the song, that's something I can adapt myself into 4s, 8s, 1s, wholes, different things like that. 7s, 3s, 5s. I can do all these different things.
6 ands. 6 and.
Yeah, I can do these things where I can count music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling most of the tracks that I get thrown at me, but that's no reason to not learn it.
Or adapt to it.
Even when I'm at practice, and I'm gonna give y'all some tips today. Just even when you're at practice, that song that you don't like, you need to listen to, because you're gonna get that song more than you get the song that you favorably get to listen to.
Fact. That's a big fact right there.
You better learn how to dance to whack music, and learn how to count. So, because the scenario, so when you get that dope song, oh my God, there's no way I'm gonna hold back right now. That's the kind of mentality I want.
That's a smart approach.
I count music on bad songs. They happen. Trust me. Every DJ doesn't pick everything that I want. But this is one. I tell you another thing, as you know, just to speed it up a little bit more for you. But you stop expecting that the DJ is going to give you a good track.
That one track that you want, you're not gonna get it.
Right. And stop going out on something that you really don't feel. I've been in battles, bro, and I literally won't even go out. I like my homeboys go out. Hey, go ahead. I probably won't even go out. I'll go out in the next round. I'm not feeling this. I'm not about to go out there and cost my crew, around on some dumb junk and cost a battle because I just had to get off. I just had to do it. No, if you feeling it, I'm giving it to my man.
You're like, nobody's feeling it, but still you're assuming, hey, you're feeling it, right? Just go for it.
No, we talk.
No, good. Yeah.
You feeling that? Hey, yo, I got it. Yo, so if I'm not in that mode and I see my boy in that mode, I'm not jumping. There's no reason. You know what I'm saying? Play it smart. You know what I'm saying? Stop dancing to stuff that you're not really feeling, because that's not what you really want to, express yourself to. Mm-hmm. Why are you out there doing it?
Well said, bro. Well said. Yo, and that was one of the most awesome things you just said right now is train on those whack tracks, the tracks you don't like to listen to, train on those tracks. And then, even imagine you've been training on all these whack ass tracks and then you get that one track. Imagine how you blossom on that one, right?
Right. You're not going to hold back. You're not going to hold back. You get vitamin C, but you've been getting ding dong, ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? You're about to go ballistic. You about to go off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say that. You know what I'm saying? I would say that to a lot of people just in competitions and different things like that. You don't feel it, why are you going out? I mean, if it's a 2-on-2, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a 1-on-1, you got to do what you got to do. But learn how to count music. Learn how to count.
Where can they learn how to count?
Music class.
Music class, that's right. Go out there and play a goddamn instrument.
Go pick up something. I'm self-taught. You know what I'm saying? I can hear. I know it sounds good.
Plus like the background of your father and stuff like that.
I've self-taught a lot of different things to myself too. You know what I'm saying? But beating on a table, boom, 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 boom. You need to know when. That's a simple. That is an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Just doing something like that. Learn how to catch a rhythm. I have yet to be. You know what's kind of crazy to me? I've yet to go to a breaking jam and see some little kids, one kid beating on the wall or beating on the table, and they rapping in either the language or something like that.
Yeah, that's dope. What you just said.
I remember as me growing up. You know what I'm saying? We used to do in the cafeteria or anything like that. You really about hip hop? Why ain't nobody? Ain't got no producer You know what I'm saying? That's spin. So
Definitely. Yo, that's definitely you know, for me as a guy teaching a lot of kids, it's definitely something to think about. It's kind of give them, you know, I do like clap when they're beginners. I do like you know, clap and stomp exercises just to get that rhythm in there. But you know, taking it to that level where they're like doo-ka-doo-doo-doo, and one kid's rapping, you know, in English. What is that gonna do for his breaking, right?
yeah, it's in your own language. You ain't even challenging that. That's the sound. That's a different rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Then hearing somebody giving you every single time. Now you're creating. You know what I'm saying? I beat on my chest just doing this. I do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's music flowing through me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really about that life. You know what I'm saying? It's something that just drops into you. But music class will help you. You know what I'm saying? Learn what it is to clap your hands on the beat. Like, I do this with my people in class. I would stop a whole class, bro, if y'all off beat, man. I'm not playing. I'm not about to stand there and have a bunch of people jumping up and down looking like stock markets.
You have to do it the right way. Yeah.
You know, be in sync. You know, be in sync.
Yo, smash the freaking like button if you guys are acknowledging what this guy is saying, and if you're extracting some valuable, you know, b-boy knowledge, right? Because, you know, you could be learning air flares, you could be learning flares and all that, but if you really want to add that magic, you know, ingredient, you know, this is what we do, right? We dance on that freaking music.
And I'm not saying, like, you know, don't learn that, but learn this too.
Obviously, right?
Don't neglect it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know,
don't think that I can't flare. Don't think that I can't.
Of course not.
90. You know what I'm saying? These are techniques. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
they're gonna eventually have to. It comes with seasoning too, but eventually they're gonna have to mature, just like you are. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna come a time, and I say this, people, you ain't gonna be able to one hand air flare for the rest of your life. What you gonna do then? You just gonna sit in that chair? Cause you didn't learn how to dance?
Exactly. Hey, I got something I want to show you real quick, and you know we have been sharing a lot of good information right here, and you know you've been saying some really awesome things, but you know, just to take our mind off the serious business of musicality really quick, I want to show you this video. Not this, but let me just find it really quick, and it's pretty random, but you know. Like a couple of years ago, you came over to Belgium, you judged the Red Bull over here, and with that Red Bull, I actually showed you this with this Red Bull really quick, and I don't know if you remember, but let's just see if it plays. And wait, what the hell am I doing, bro?
Sorry.
Boom. All right, here it comes.
There you go. Are you serious, blood?
You know, just.
Yo, man, what are you showing me, blood? Why is this dude? This ain't no breaking jam in Belgium, blood.
I showed you this back in the day. It was like in the hotel lobby or something like that. I was like, yo, Machine, come check this out. And then, you know, it was just a long time ago, and I just wanted to show you it again because this is freaking epic right here. We have a freaking, it's not even a head slide anymore. It's a face slide. Look how he's.
Why is his arm still up like that, though, bro? Like, oh my God. What is going on here, man? Why you keep repeating that?
Yo, we just, you know, just give the people a little time to take it in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Machine, let's wrap it up right here. Yo, let the people know, you know, how they can, you know, contact you. You know what like you provide trainings and stuff like that, like Zoom sessions. Like let people know how they can reach you. And if they want to take their level up to the next game, they want to do some like musicality classes or stuff.
Yeah, you can reach me on Instagram. You can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me on my on B-Boy Machine 007. at Gmail. You know what I'm
007.
saying? Like, seriously, like, if you want to sit down, you want to talk about a session, you know what I'm saying? I help people with musicality. You know what I'm saying? I really do, and how to, use this. You know what I'm saying? But it's also about your abilities as well, too, because you can't forget about these things. Never forget about what you're doing and only add to your arsenal of what you have. Okay?
That definitely makes sense.
This really is something, and I say this to a lot of people, and I say this before I leave out. Sometimes people don't know how to put on their armor the right way before war.
Which might end up in something not being in their favor.
Put your armor on the right way if you don't want to take wounded shots or end up being killed off because you wasn't ready and you didn't put your armor on the right way to get ready for war when you get ready to battle. Okay, so, I help people with that. I help people with musicality now, and how to flow it, anything. So that's my contacts, man. You can hit me up anytime. I do want to say shout outs to Spin Control, shout outs to Top Rock Society, shout outs to Rock Force Crew, shout outs to LODB, shout outs to the whole B-Boy and B-Girl community. And what we moving into, shout outs to you, Sambo, man, like, yo, check out this guy too as well. He does tutorials like this all the time. I wouldn't mind coming back on your show or anything like that if you have me again or anything.
Yo, we have to go into depth in the origins of, the top rocking and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, even if we want to sit down and do some tutorials, maybe next time we talk like this, we can be somewhere and we can talk about movements.
Bro, we can do
you know what I'm saying?
anything we want. Anything.
Exactly. That's what we do.
Exactly.
That's what we do, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, once more, thank you for coming on the show. I really hope we can continue this next time. And as I told you earlier on, I'm just figuring out how to do these live streams and stuff like that. But it's starting to take shape. I thought more would go wrong during this live stream, but we got a little lucky right there. I think we had a little lag in the beginning, but sounds good. But anyways, you dropped some very, very valuable information for all the people out there taking their breaking skills to the next level. Musicality is something that's really underrated. People don't talk about it as much as they should do. Things like the 1, things like the 8. Machine was talking about all these different things that are going to transform the way you break and the way you feel when listening to music. And that just gives you that major advantage.
I'll tell you, I'm going to say this before I get out of here.
Sure.
I used to start, when I learned a move, I started learning how to put it to a sound of the beats instead of actually just doing the move over the beat. If anybody can pay attention to what I just said. Okay.
I totally feel you.
An example before we get off. I'm gonna give you a little example. You get a drum beat that's like instead of me actually trying to sit there and think about 390s, I thought about how long that drum roll actually went on for, and I'm gonna spin to it. That'll start getting you on beat for what's going to become or what's coming ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or in these songs or any kind of thing that's like that. So, instead of always you trying to use the technique, I'm going to try to hit 390s. You probably look even a lot better if you're trying to do that to the beat that you know was coming. You know what I'm saying? Or that breakdown is coming. Now you're trying to, spin out the song instead of just spinning over it.
And that happens almost instinctively, right? If you have the right training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, and that's why I really love this talk, man. This is just like, sometimes I would just wish I could just watch something that talks about this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's
maybe we'll link up, man, and we'll do like one of these like at a practice spot for you. We can really like we'll go in.
Yo, I can like with the live stream like this, I could even like if you're connected to a Bluetooth speaker, I could give you like some quality music. And you could actually just show. Yo, we'll figure something out. We'll definitely figure something out.
We definitely will talk more. We definitely talk.
Yo, yeah, we'll definitely do something else in the future. So once more, thanks again, and all the people watching right here, thanks again for watching. And if you want to find out if you're just starting with breaking and stuff like that, you want to learn more about musicality, you can check out B-Boy Machine right here. If you rewind the video, he dropped his contacts and stuff like that. I'll put them in the description down below so you can contact the guy and take your stuff to the next level. Also, I just want to add right here that we're doing the first live class tomorrow, and it's gonna look a little something like this, but you'll get the exercises right here, and I'll be giving you feedback because you'll be, you know, if you're joining the class, you'll be on my screen and I'll be giving you feedback. And tomorrow we're doing 1 hour and a half of air flare exercises and trying to get that control to the next level with your air flares. If you still want to join, there are a few spots left. And if you if you really want to join, but you can't afford it or something like that, just send me a message on Instagram like right now. And I might just give you a promo code for you to join this session tomorrow so we can get all pumped up and work on our air flares. So, yo, Machine, thanks a lot. There's gonna be, we're gonna be continuing this stuff in the future.
Don't worry about it, Sambo, man. I'm here, man. You doing the right thing, bro. Keep doing this. Keep doing your thing, bro.
I will. I'm unstoppable. And so yeah, have a great night. And just enjoy the next practice session, and we'll stay in touch. All right, brother?
All right, bro. Peace,
Stay
bro.
tuned. Shout out to Erky Turkey representing the video. Shout out to Jan. Shout out to Koray. All right, guys. Peace. I'm out of here, and Jeffrey's out of here. We're out of here. Peace, guys.
Are you having trouble going from a windmill to an air flare?
Whoa, how did you know, bro?
Well, I have really great news for you because I will be showing you the smartest and most efficient way for you to learn that combo. So if you want to be able to go from a windmill to a 90 or a windmill to an air flare or a windmill to whatever, just head on over to my YouTube channel, look for the windmill to handstand tutorial, and start putting in the work. And besides the windmill to handstand tutorial, you will find tons of other tutorials and breaking videos. So why waste time?
Take yourself to the next level.
Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's all about that B-boy shit. Air flare exercises. That's right. After 15 years of coaching and teaching tons of kids how to perform air flares, with the help of 2 of my finest students, I've gathered 100 of the most important air flare exercises that we use to help speed up the process